Guys, deluded, Lionel Messi of this YouTube thing. No one can talk to me if it's just based on knowing football. They can have special effects, but they're not levels. Let's get into it. James Olayinka, I hope I've said his name correctly. Arsenal's first year scholar under 18s. He's caught my eye. Like, he really caught my eye. I'm impressed with his silky dribbling. I'm impressed with his willingness to take his winger down the line rather than cut in, which you see a lot with these new boy wingers and things because it's all compact nowadays. That being said, willingness to come inside, link up, not always go down the wing. It's about mixing it up. He does that. He scored a lovely goal against Aston Villa. I believe he was playing left wing that time. He can actually even play central midfielder. He's actually compared himself to Aaron Ramsey, but I'll get to that later. Like I said, he can play on the left, he can play on the right. I've predominantly seen him on the wings, and then I saw him against Chelsea for 75 minutes. He was in the midfield. Didn't have his best of games there, but yeah, I didn't even know that. And when you consider he describes himself as a box-to-box attacking midfielder / Aaron Ramsey, well, likened himself closest to Aaron Ramsey in the squad, it makes sense. Like I said, man, the dribbling thing, he's got it. He can link up very well. He's got an eye for a pass. He's strong. He's decent hold-up play, decent finishing. What you'd expect typically from an Arsenal player is an intelligent footballer. He won the most promising. There was a pre-season tournament these lot went off to once, and he won the most promising tournament. He won the most promising player in it. I think that was an Italian one. There was another tournament as well. I think Arsenal actually won in 2016, and he was a part of. But don't quote me on that. I think it was the Futures Cup or something, some stuff like that. But he's doing his thing. And when you consider he started off the season on the bench at the under-18s, and now he's in a terrific bit of form. He's been on the bench a couple of times for the under-23s against Everton, the one that comes to mind. He's pushing to come off the bench. He's pushing to start. Like, that's a remarkable rise. I mean, you look at Chris Willock, he was predominantly with the under-18s, got his chance later on with the under-23s last season, and he's made his debut for the first team. So these things can happen if you apply yourself and you keep going. I like his balance as well, and like I said, he's a strong lad, but I really need to stop saying he's a strong lad. He's decent, man. I've got a lot of time for him. So far in the season that's just started, obviously at the time of releasing this video it may change, but 6 appearances, 2 goals is decent. He's been here since he's 7 years of age. He's also level-headed. He said there's numerous areas he needs to improve. He said his heading. He said to a degree off the ball. He said his tackling. He said interceptions. Yeah, man. He's very level-headed, and he's someone that's caught my eye a lot. Now, whether he has a career on the flanks or in midfield, it's going to help him in the short term regardless. We know at Arsenal, the more we know at Arsenal, we shoehorn a lot of players. But as a young player, if you make yourself adaptable, you open up more opportunities for a coach to fit you into the first team. I don't agree with Maitland-Niles playing left back, right back, and all of the flanks and all of this nonsense, but on the basis that he can put in a shift there, there's more opportunities for him to get first team football. This guy is 17, 18. I don't know if he's 17, 18, 19. Well, he can't be 19 yet. 18. I don't know if he signed a pro, but you'd like to think on current form he's going to get that pro deal. And then obviously the next step, well, the steps are pro deal, ultimately the first team, but immediately under 23s and keep doing what he's doing for the under 18s. For someone that's been here from 7 years of age, he's certainly giving it his best to go to get to the final to get to the first team. He scored against United in the 4-3 loss as well. He bagged against Brighton, like I've already said. He bagged against Villa. He's doing his thing. Yeah, man. He's doing his thing. Like, he's actually doing his thing. Like, he's caught my eye a lot. At first, I didn't think much of him, but he's catching my eye. And collectively, like I've told you guys before, the first year scholars, these lot are pretty exciting. For me, Trey Cole's the best out of all of them. But yeah, you never know. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, and ultimately, if he develops how we need him to and would like him to, we ultimately have a first team player. And who doesn't like players coming through the academy? I certainly do. Guys, deluded, I'm signing out on that note. James Olayinka, I hope I said your name correctly. Keep doing your thing. Keep battling up the under 18s. Hopefully, under 23s is round the corner. Hopefully, the first team with a couple cup competitions and things like that. Norwich next week. I know that's a bit too early, but if we stay and keep going on and you carry on in good form, you never know what could happen. Especially, like, a lot of these young players should be excited because of what happened last summer with the amount of talented players, the Willocks, the Crowleys, the typical names that you would have thought would be the ones pushing for the first team spot, Malin, etc., Benassia, etc., etc. So yeah, with a lot of them gone, a lot of the existing players should, especially the young ones like McGain, you should fancy your chances of getting opportunities in the first team. But anyways, guys, deluded, I'm signing out. There's not much more to be said on that. All I can say is James Olayinka, keep doing your thing. Get in the comments, subscribe, I'm out.